and I'm pregnant in my mother's house. So I have to stay away from people and instances that will cause us some sort of an embarrassment. But not because we never lived where we've grown up. It was much easier to even go to church because those people don't know us. Don't know us. You don't know my story. I didn't even wear a ring. Hey! Don't think this is an ini. It's not, what are they called? It's not kind.
Out of wedlock.
It's not out of wedlock, people. I'm married. Because there's that inner thing that I used to feel, you know, self-condemnation, a lot of that, and a lot of bitterness, and I don't want to feel like I'm embarrassing myself. So I'm just like, I think the best thing is let's wear a ring. Let's walk with a ring on. Yeah, you need to know this is just not another child. He has a father, by the way. And we're married. So he is very absent. He doesn't even know that I'm wearing a ring. So that's what I do, just to make myself feel some type of way in public. A bit confident that I'm not an embarrassment to my mom. You know, they're not working with a child that you've decided to have mercy on and brought her home, but you're actually the child who's married. She's just coming to stay with you, you know, before she gives birth.
Hi and welcome back to Mommy Tales. It's always a pleasure to have you here. Thank you so much for clicking on this link. In case you're new here, my name is Marianne, and here I share the experiences of women, most of the time moms who've gone through certain experiences in their lives that we can all learn from. And today I'll be sharing the story of Mary Gititu. Mary is an author of this book, Broken Vessel. I bought it and I read it and I decided, why not bring her on the show? Just for her to share experiences, for you to also just pick a thing or two. Let me just put it over there nicely. So basically, Mary got pregnant when she was quite young. She was in campus, and by the end of that pregnancy, things were so strained between her and the father of her child. She basically talks us through what happened, how it went, and you know where she is right now. So I just want to emphasize that this is Mary sharing her own experience in her own words. She's captured most of it in this book, but it's just also good for her just to verbalize it so that we just get to connect with her as she's sharing it here. So this is Mary. Take it on.
My name is Mary Gititu, and I'm 26 years old. I'm a mom of one child, a boy, and I'm also born again as a Christian. And I'm an author of one book, probably many to come. It's called Broken Vessel, and I'm also a graduate. Yes.
What do you study? What's your profession?
I hold a Bachelor of Arts degree in International Relations and a Master's under the same field. Yes.
Wonderful. Mary, where did you grow up? Maybe just tell us about your childhood, where you went to school, and how basically your childhood experiences were.
All right. So I was born in Gatondo, South. That is where I was born. I grew up in the village for some time. Then we moved when I was around 7-8 years. Yeah. So we went to Thika. That's where we live up to date. I went to a primary school in Juja, boarding school, when I was, I think, 8 or 9 somewhere. Then I went to high school in Muranga and campus bachelor's in USIU. Then I did my master's in China.
Okay.
Yes.
Wonderful. So let's talk about your motherhood experiences. Where did all that begin? Take us to, you know, when you found out you were pregnant, how that was. Let's start from where it began.
All right. So I was in love.
That's a good start.
Yes. I was in love with a guy I had met when I was in Form 1. So it goes way back. And we started talking, but then our conversations and our communication was not very constant. So we went off all the way up until I was done with high school and into campus. Now that's when he also came back to Kenya because he studied outside the country. And we started off from there. So we dated for 3 months. Then we broke up, you know, because I felt he was not being open with me about him, I felt vulnerability is important in a relationship, and I wasn't getting that. So I was just like, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna keep doing this. When you're ready to open up, maybe we can start off from there. So we broke up for 3 months, and after that I was like, hey, apana, me still like this guy. So I said, let me just chokoza him and see whether kata and feel evil. And yeah, luckily he did. So we got back together, and when we did, I think that was the most beautiful relationship I had, because he got more vulnerable, so did I, and then there was nothing like pulling out. It was we're staying. We are here to stay. So we disagree, but then we snap back. We disagree, we get back. And it's along that relationship that when we were clocking an year, I was pregnant with his child, definitely. And it was a confusing moment, I must say, because I was still in campus.
How old were you?
I was 19. Yes, I was 19. So that's third year of school. And I'm thinking, hey, how am I supposed to keep this? And I'm in third year. How am I supposed to talk to my mom about a pregnancy? How am I supposed to face the world? I've grown up in church, so how am I supposed to tell church people that I'm pregnant? My mom was a whole ordained minister in the church. How am I supposed to now, come out? And I didn't want to make her feel like she'd failed, definitely. So taking it out was what was on my head. But then we talked about it, and
With who?
With my boyfriend, and he convinced me. It's like, you know what? Yeah, I know we've made mistakes before, but we are keeping this baby. It's like, sawa, let's do this. So that was agreed in a doctor's office. I described that in my book, where I talk of we were going to see a gynecologist, but then I changed directions and went to a clinic that deals with choices of women. So I was just like, I don't think I can do this. So when my boyfriend somehow figured, oh wait, huyu dem amenitoka, I know where she might be, akakuja hapo. Now that's when we met at the doctor's office. Then the doctor was like, okay, it's like you guys are not yet decided on exactly what you want to do, so let me give you space. So he left, and that's when now we talked about it. We're like, you know what, we are doing this. Yes, we are doing this. Do you know how it's going to turn out? We don't know, but let's give it a shot. So that's how we kept our baby. And it was not easy because we were both so young. We have an age difference of 3 years, so you can tell he was also pretty young. And we we started off with saving, so the small pocket money I could get, I use it to like buy thrifted baby clothes. Then I just soak them and just iron them, make them ready. For him, the small money he'd get from his hustles, he'd buy the new stuff, the vest, the socks, just in preparation for our baby. And we worked it out. For sure, it was a beautiful moment. And we went on with that for 5 months. 5. So somehow I'm the kind of person who hates exams. And I don't like stresses of schools. So yes. So he had seen me, of course, going through exams and school and all that. And so he was just like, you know what, I think you should take 2 semester breaks instead of 1. I already registered for my units, just because I talked to my sister about it. I was like, you know what, let's just go through all the way to 9 months. Whenever you feel a bit too tired, just take a cab and come home, because I feel it's better if you just push yourself. And that is what I was going to do. But then I had a level of respect and I'd say submission to my boyfriend, because I knew this is for life, right? It was like, he told me I just take another semester break, so I just went, cancelled my classes, and took 2 semester breaks. Wow. Yes. And that's how I went back home, because like initially I used to live with my sister near school. So now I don't have anything that's keeping me on that side, right? So rudi nyumbani. I went back home, and no, that's around that time that I faced my mom about it. Well,
so this is when you were how many months pregnant?
I was around 5.
You had never
6.
told your mom?
No.
Why hadn't you told her?
Because one, I was scared about how she'd react. I didn't want to disappoint her. 2, my boyfriend told me. You're noting the the references, right? My boyfriend told me that he's figuring some stuff out financially. When that is sorted, we can now tell my mom, because now he'll feel more confident to take care of me and the baby. So that's why I delayed. Yes. But then it's like this pregnancy used to know when I'm home. Hey, it used to misbehave. When I'm at my place or my boyfriend's place, hey, baby is fine. Wait until I go home. I'm throwing up like crazy.
And you're hiding it from your
And I'm hiding it. My pants can hardly fit me, but I'm still wearing them. The good thing with, I think, small-bodied people, not all, is that somehow you're able to hide that pregnancy for some time. Yeah.
That's what you did.
That's what I did. But I never used to like wear baggy clothes or anything. No. My pregnancy up until 5 months was still relatively small. I could still wear my jeans kama kawaida. I just would not like zip them up, but I'd wear them, that fit. And my tops and everything. It's like I wasn't pregnant. So, well, ikafika mahali, I was getting so stressed. So that's when I decided, you know what? I think I'll just tell mom, just to have a release, you know, because it's a bit, I think depressing is too hard of a word, but it was heading into that direction. Because I was feeling like my guy is taking so much time to figure whatever he's figuring out.
And this is 5 months.
Yes.
He hasn't figured it out.
He has not figured it out. And I'm also thinking about, now, I'm staying home because I'm not going to school anymore. I can't keep hiding. Somehow, you know, it will just keep showing because the baby's still growing, right? So, yeah, I texted my mom. I didn't have the courage to tell her. Well, let me explain that. I'm the kind of person who best expresses herself through writing.
Okay.
So I'm not very good with using words to express myself. Well, spoken words. So I prefer to just write. So at this moment I was like, okay. It was, I think, at around 3 a.m. And I'm there in my feelings. And I've been crying. I'm just like, you know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna send this. So I texted her,
A long message.
very long WhatsApp message.
Long, right?
It was long. So I just, first of all, tell her the nature of my relationship. And then I tell her that I'm sorry, that I'll somehow embarrass her. But yeah, things are as they are. And we are hoping that after some time, me and the guy will be able to actually stay together. So it won't be much of an embarrassment, I think.
You were just thinking of the embarrassment.
Yeah, because what else does a young girl see? You know, you see how you've disappointed your parents, right? You see how you've dishonored them. You see how you've let them down and embarrassed them in the eyes of their fellow, maybe siblings, if they have siblings, and friends. I think for me that is what was bugging my mind. The fact that I'm going to let my mom down so badly, yet she does literally everything. And she's been taking care of us since our dad passed on. And I've seen her struggle, you know, through life and so many challenges. And now I'm thinking, now I'm bringing another problem to you. So how can I do this to you? So for me, the only thing that was hitting my mind was, I need this guy to figure things out because I can't let my mom take care of this child. He needs to just figure things out. So when I felt like it was just taking so much time, I just had to let the cat out. I just had to. Yeah, but my mom.
So you wrote her the long WhatsApp.
Yes.
And it was at night.
It was at night.
So when did she see the message?
I believe either that night or in the morning. Because I told myself, my data is not on, or I just let me just send it. Ataona tu asubuhi or something. So when I said, I was like, I have actually done it.
Did you want to undo it?
Well, eventually she had to know, right?
Yeah.
So I think I was just done. I was like, you know what, I'm done hiding this. Let me just let it out.
Yeah.
But then my mom's reaction was what even made me feel awful, because so she woke up early the next day. She had shughlis. So, and for me, I had clinic. So I was just telling myself, kabla arudi nitakuwa nishachomoka, tutapatana baadaye. Then we can talk about whatever she'll just, say and whatever. But when I was just getting out of the gate, she pulled over. I was like, okay, sawa. What will I tell her? How will she react? So she just parked her car. Then she asked me, where are you going? I told her, I'm going to the clinic. Okay, so where do you go to the clinic? I told her, I was like, okay, so I feel like it's a bit far. How about you review the place where you'll be going for clinic and bring it closer to home? It's like, okay, that's fine. I can do that. I was like, do you have money? I told her, yeah, how much do you usually pay? I told her, I was like, okay, sawa, shika hii enda clinic. Like, I was like, you're not going to beat me up?
Something more.
Yeah. Yes. And my mom's response now to that message was, I was waiting to hear it from the horse's mouth. That was her.
Oh, she texted you back?
Yes.
And told you?
I was just waiting to hear it from the horse's mouth.
So she knew?
She knew.
Oh.
How? I have no idea,
so
but she knew.
To hide and kumbe she knew.
Yes. She knew. Moms have special things, right?
True.
Yeah. So I think the thing that I learned from that was being gracious. Because, she had all the power to do whatever. I've disappointed her, right? I've caused her a very big embarrassment. She's confused. I believe she was confused, and she's wondering, okay, so where do we start from here? But then she was calm, and that didn't change the fact that she's still my mom and that she still loves me as a child. And I think there's no bigger commitment than that as a parent, because, well, trying to think of if she chased me out, she knew I had nowhere to go. She knew that I don't have another parent, right? So that was not an option. She just felt, I believe, if I don't take care of you right now, when you actually really need me the most, when will I ever do that? So I thank her for that, first of all, for being gracious, for being merciful. I believe that's being merciful. And for showing me love in instances where she had an option of not doing that. So, thank you, Mom. So now my mom is aware, right? And so I asked my boyfriend now, I just told him, by the way, I already told Mom. So, yeah, inafaa tujipange, you need to come and meet her. So he's like, okay, sawa, there's no problem, I'll come meet her. And I tell him, when you're coming, don't come by yourself. Come with someone older, someone who can speak on your behalf. He's like, okay, sawa, haina shida. So my guy decides to come. We plan a date, and I tell Mom, like, oh, by the way, the guy is coming. Kindly avail yourself. Hey, my mom she had attitude. Me, I would understand. She's angry. Like, how else do you expect? Do you expect her to be laughing? It's not a laughing matter, right? It's a serious stuff. So, so the day comes, and my mom is like, by the way, you'll be the one cooking. Si ni wageni wako. Sawa. So me and my small cooking skills, we get into the kitchen. We do what we do, and then so the guy comes, and guess what? Alikuja peke yake. So I'm wondering, okay, bruh, I thought we talked about this and I told you not to come by yourself. Yeah. So what's up? So he texted me, I think, that morning and told me, the guy that I was supposed to come with pulled out. I asked him, so how about our mutual friend? There's a guy that is our mutual friend. It's like, he was a bit busy already, alikuwa na mipango zake, so I'll just have to come. I can't cancel. Okay, so me, do I know if that's the truth? Me, I don't know. See, me, I'm just listening and I'm taking his word for it. So akakuja, then I serve lunch, then we start talking. My mom decides to read a Bible verse, Romans, I think 12 or what, that talks about, yielding our bodies to Christ. Hey, me, I'm just like, Mom, it's too late. As you can tell, it is too late. We already did the thing, and I don't know if there is a turnaround, by the way, because baby is coming. Yeah. But anyway, I stay calm. But then in my head, I'm like, Mom, this was not the best verse to talk to us on. It's wrong timing. Yes. Wrong timing. Yes. But we just sit there and listen, and then she's so calm, and she just tells us, you guys are like my children, and it's okay what you've done, and the baby's coming, so I want to know, what plans do you have? So the guy talks and tells her, there's something that I'm still working on. I thought it would have picked by now, but I'm counting maybe September, October, Maluko, November, Maluko. I should be able to be on my feet. So this is happening around August, maybe. August, September, Maluko. So anasema maybe by the next month, EV or the other, he'll be okay, and he'll be able to probably take us in, and we'll live together. It's like, okay, sawa. And so, na wewe, school, are you guys going to school? What's the plan? Then my mom just like, I don't have a problem with you even being with my daughter. Honestly, if you guys love each other, that is fine. But I need you to understand that she's my child, and she's in school. So you'll have to wait for her to get done with school. And then if you want to take her, you're welcome. But she's getting done with school first. It's like, okay, so that's not a problem. We talked about this. Of course, I was ready for school. I was not going to drop out. No. So that's all we talked about. And then in that moment, because I could tell that that my mom is not vibing with this guy. So I just felt, let me try and just chocha my mom about this man. I need you to see him for what I see. He's an amazing man. Yes, I'm in love. This is my husband. He's mine. So you better love him. So I just start telling her, this guy is so hardworking, he's loving, he's kind, he's caring, he's all these things, and you should not worry about him. Trust me, he's gonna take care of us just fine, and he's gonna be on his feet very soon, so don't worry. Then
and what was your mom? Oh, she looking?
My mom is just looking at me like, sis, are you okay? Do you know what you're saying? I think she just, I don't know, maybe in her mind, she's like, you're so young and naive. Oh, love blinded. Unatetea mwanaume. She could foresee a lot of things. For me, I'm seeing this man for what I know him for, because I will not lie, he is an amazing man. Yeah. He's a good man. And I loved him, and I knew we're doing this. Whatever came in between, I have no idea, but I knew what I was saying, and I was confident. Otherwise, if I was a bit shaky, I couldn't have said anything. But then he's the kind that is a bit quiet. So, and again, he's the one on the wrong, right? So he can't be here talking to his mother-in-law and telling her, what, and he's calm by himself. So I was just like, what, I need to back you up. I need to know that you're not by yourself. I'm here, I'm still on your side. We'll do this. So I think that's the main reason why I was just like, what, let me give him a push kidogo. I want mom to love him because I love him, and I want her to accept him because, well, things are not changing. For what I know, him and I, we are in this for a very long time. So yeah, so I even asked my mom, so can he be coming to visit anytime? Allow him, do what? So now when time came for the guy to leave, is when, after Nimemwe Scott, I came back. And my mom is like, sis, Do not ever do that for any man.
Wow.
Don't.
Wow.
Never speak for any man.
Wow.
He is an adult. He is a man. He can speak for himself. Don't ever do that for any man. It's like, okay, mom, what's the problem with that? Like, I was just telling you how I know him. It's like, you don't do that. Even asking on his behalf whether he'd be coming to see you, that's not for you to ask. You know, he should be the one telling me or asking me or requesting me, is it okay for me to be coming to visit her every other time when I have the opportunity to? But then when you ask on his behalf, what are you doing? So I was like, okay, sawa, I will never do that again. Yeah. So I think my mom had an instinct.
Yeah.
Must have been. Because I'm on a Charlie, and maybe she's like, I don't think this guy is ready, but my daughter is maybe pushing him to be ready. And yeah, hii kukaa anakaa kutokwa, but tasema acha tungoje tu. I think that is what was going through her mind. And you know how love is. Love makes us a little crazy.
Puppy love.
Puppy love. So yeah, that is how it was. So in between, I think after that visit, we started not having a lot of disagreements. One, my hormones are all over the place. Okay, so first of all, we are not even told about how hormones change during pregnancy and how your emotions are all over. 1 minute you're laughing, next minute you're crying. You know, that was my kind of life, you know, because I'm looking at myself in my mother's house, and I'm pregnant and I have nothing for myself. I even have nothing to give this child that's coming. I'm thinking about the guy, he's so far, and I want him to be closer, and I want him to give me more attention. He's not doing that. So I'm getting angry. I'm getting very anxious at the same time because I don't know what the future holds. So that first visit was followed by a next visit, and I think it probably was the last visit, where he came to see me because I told him that I will not give our baby his name. So of course, this was an agreement we'd made way before. I even told my mom that I was pregnant. But then now when I told my mom, oh, by the way, we're going to give our baby 2 English names and his dad's name as his surname. Mom was like, sis, that is not happening because this guy has not committed to you. He has not come home officially. You know, as Kikuyus, if not, you come and lipa dari. So I've never even met his parents, so that's not happening. It's like, okay. So I told the guy, by the way, yeah, the baby is not going to bear your name. He was angry. So he even came home. He's like, okay, so I need you to tell me, why are things changing? We talked about this, we agreed on this. Why are you changing your mind?
He came home when he was staying with your mom?
Yes.
He came alone again?
He came alone.
Oh.
Now this time to ask me, Connie, why are things changing? Even our baby's name is now even not going to have my name on it. Like, what's going on? So, because now for me, at that time, I'm feeling so much pressure. So remember, I'm in between 2 loyalties, right? So there is my mom, there is my boyfriend. So I'm torn in between because I don't know what side to fall on. I love them both. But then I'm here wondering, if anything could ever happen to me, my family is a constant. A husband, a boyfriend can leave, but my family remains. So I had to just have that allegiance to this side. Otherwise, I knew this side could get trippy, maybe. I was not hoping for that, but you know, life happens, but family stays, right? So for me, I just had to tell him, well, things are as they are. My mom is giving me pressure, and I'm getting pressure from your side. I'm supposed to stay loyal to you. I'm supposed to support you as your girlfriend, but then I feel like there's a miss. You're not supporting me in the level that I'd want you to. But then at the same time, whose house am I living in? Whose food am I feeding on?
Exactly.
So I just can't. I have to be on this side. So for me, it was very hard. Because now that's like choosing, right? And I'd say maybe, not maybe, I believe that it got to him. It got to him a big time. Because it got to him big time because he's in that moment where he's feeling like I'm betraying him. I think from his end, he's seeing betrayal because I'm choosing this other side and not him. I'm not choosing to stand by him. But then at the same time, when I look at it logically, is he standing by me? Because if he did, his parents could have come home. No, something I didn't mention is when he came and saw my mom, he said that his parents would come see her and then we'd agree on, what's up with the kid. They never showed up.
Yeah.
They never showed up. So for me, I felt there's a big betrayal because if you're going to commit to me, then at least bring your parents home. It's not a big deal, right? But then you're not even doing the smallest of things, and yet you want your child, our child, to have your name. And I don't feel like you're there, So that's how things were. And I just had to choose this other side, a side that I knew is a constant.
Yeah.
It was a difficult choice. So we stopped talking. We grew apart. He would never call, text, nothing. Visit. I'm still pregnant. Okay. So it got to a point where I'd cry every single night because I'm trying to now figure out how am I supposed to deal with being 8-9 months pregnant in my mother's house, give birth from here, and not ever be with my boyfriend. That's how we had planned things. Now things are changing. How am I supposed to now change my mindset into this other direction of being home and being such a humiliation, such an embarrassment to my family? I couldn't come to terms with that. And so I used to cry literally every night until one day my mom is like, okay, I think I've had enough of this girl. So she sends my sister, who happens to be my best friend, and she comes and tells me, you know what? If you're not interested in that child, we are. So get your emotions together, get your act together. We need that child alive. So yeah, time to wash your face. Dry up your tears. Just do that face routine or something. We need you to just be fine. Yeah. Because there's something bigger you're carrying and you need to be considerate of that. Now that's when things had to change on my end. I had to not pick myself up and choose, because again it's about choice. I now had to choose to love myself, to love what I was carrying, to accept it and bring it into birth. Otherwise, I think things could have gone haywire. Mm-hmm. So that's the moment again I started now reconnecting with God and trying to find peace. Because again, I've been trying to get closure. Why did you go quiet on me, from my guy? You're just quiet, you don't care, you don't visit, you don't do nothing, you don't just avail yourself. So I had to find inner peace so that I could keep going with the journey and give birth to my child. So it's around that time that I got back into prayer and reading the word. Things weren't making much sense, but for some reason, God gives you peace. I think he finds reason to still give you hope for the next day and the next term and all that. And that's what he gave me, some sort of redemption. And I now started talking to my baby because I had stopped, the pregnancy had now become a burden for me because how it came about is not what it is right now, in the sense that love is broken, my heart is broken, and I don't know what future I have for this child. So I now started being kind to my child, praying for him, saying nice things, but then at the same time I was embarrassed, and we hid the news of my pregnancy from relatives. I would not go for family things or just show up just anywhere. I would not. because my family was helping me hide it, you know. And I was feeling very uncomfortable. Of course, I'm still 19, right? I'm still in school, and I'm pregnant in my mother's house. So I have to stay away from people and instances that will cause us some sort of an embarrassment. But not because we never lived where we've grown up. It was much easier to even go to church because those people don't know us. You don't know us. You don't know my story. I didn't even wear a ring. Don't think this is an ini. It's not, what are they called? It's not, it's not out of wedlock, people. I'm married. Because there's that inner thing that I used to feel, you know, self-condemnation, a lot of that, and a lot of bitterness, and I don't want to feel like I'm embarrassing myself. So I'm just like, I think the best thing is let's wear a ring. Let's walk with a ring on. Yeah, you need to know this is just not another child. He has a father, by the way. And we're married. So he is very absent. He doesn't even know that I'm wearing a ring. So that's what I do, just to make myself feel some type of way in public, a bit confident that I'm not an embarrassment to my mom. You know, they're not working with a child that you've decided to have mercy on and brought her home, but you're actually the child who's married. She's just coming to stay with you, you know, before she gives birth.
So you made up all these things in your mind?
Yes. Yes, everything was just, you know how you sit down and plan your life? Everything was just planned out. So when you see everything taking a different turn, you don't have to try and readjust to whatever life is bringing you, right? So that's how things were for us up until I even gave birth. The guy and I were not talking. He didn't even know when I gave birth.
Did you used to try and
I
reach
did.
out to him?
I did. I'd call, he'd never pick. Then I'd text him. I'm tossy. Because yes, I'm frustrated. I'm wondering, is it that you are lying to me all this while, that you actually loved me, or things have changed? What's going on? You know? So I was very disappointed in him because that was the last thing I ever expected. Yani, I'm telling you, this guy is that good. Ile, when he left, no one could believe that he did. Because now my sister knew him, and my brothers. Now it's only my mom, and I think our firstborn who never knew him. So when he left, I think what I was fighting more was trying to accept that he's actually left. I think that is what I battled with. Because I could not imagine him leaving me. He's not the type. He can't do that. He loves me. So I don't think there's any way he can leave. And he loves our child. The way he is, hakuna venye. I know he has not left. Shock on me. The guy even stopped any form of communication. So when I even gave birth, I remember even the family is not really talking to, but one of his sisters who rested, I think last year, is the one who reached out. She used to reach out, text me, hi, has baby come? Hi, has baby come? She's the only one who was concerned. So when the baby came, I sent her a picture of the baby, I think 3 days after, something, or 6 days, something like that. I sent her a picture, oh yeah, congratulations. But then the guy never called, never texted, never even showed up, because he anajua mali tunaka. He never even showed up. So I was just like, okay, why is he even doing this? And I think now things got tougher when I gave birth, because you see, baby came out, and so I went through CS, and my mom and sister were present, and the first thing that my sister told me, because you know when you're under anesthesia, is it called that? Yeah. You're there, you're not even yourself. You're going through a lot. I labored the whole night. So coming into even getting a C-section and seeing the baby the first time, my sister's like, hey, mtoto anakaa sister yake. I'm just like, sis, did you have to shout? Unajua vile vitu ni ngumu. You hear shouting how he looks like the other side, you know. So every day when I would look at my child, he was a daily reminder, one, of love, because that's how he was birthed, and two, of frustration and bitterness, because how can I be looking at this every day when it's reminding me of so much pain? I don't even know where your father is, bruh. I'm going through so much pain right now. So I reached out in Feb. So I gave birth in Jan. Reached out in Feb, and he picked up. I was like, you know what? Let me call you back in just a few. So I went for my mom's phone because, well, I don't have money, definitely. I'm not even going to school, so I don't even have pocket money. So I just took my mom's phone and called him. That's when I told him, now, staki haraka, nimekukall hii simu iko na credit. So now, tuongee pole pole, no rush. I told him, now I want you to tell me what happened.
Yeah.
Kwa nini enda off? You ghosted. And you just tell me things as they were or as they are. Explain yourself to me. Oh, so he started. And then he told me, you know, so he told me when I was still pregnant that there was a robbery in his house. Someone broke in, but they didn't like break anything. It's like someone alienda katengeneza key or something, got into his house. He had money in the house, stole his money, stole all the electronics, and left. So, in my small thinking, this must be someone who knew him very well, knew that he had money in the house, and knew the kind of work that he does, because he stole his laptop and everything else that was attached to whatever he does online. So, that is what pushed him to the wall, because for him, it's like, okay, hizi vitu zimeenda, pesa imeenda. I was supposed to use this money to invest back into this so that I can be able to take care of these people. He'd even moved out, gotten a house, even showed me pictures of the house. It's like, yeah, this is how the house looks like. I even picked some pink colors because, you know, you're a girl, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm ready for you guys. I'm ready. So now, vitu zimechange pia side yake. Pesa imeenda, his laptop is gone. He's now back to zero and he's wondering, okay, how do I even do this? For me, I always reasoned with him in that sense. That pulled him back and probably made him panic. Because now, naanzia wapi? I told this Chile around end of the year, mahali, I should be okay. Now, I have nothing.
Yeah.
How can I even go back to her mother's place and tell her that I'm ready? I can't. I don't have anything to show to these people that I can actually take care of their daughter. So I believe that is what made him take the back seat, because he felt worthless, maybe, as a man. And he just felt, you know what, I think going or just ghosting is the best thing. But then for me, I still feel that if he came and told us, you know, things are like this and like that, kuna mtu ezielewa, we're human beings. But then he didn't do that, right? So it just made me, you know, feel even more frustrated, because if you can't open up and tell us, and I know maybe it's a bit uncomfortable for men, because most men, when they don't have money, wanasikianga tu si wanaume. So maybe that is what caused that. And now, when he told me about that, about the robbery and how things became so tough, he could not even pay rent. He had to like hop from a friend to another. Then he got back into drinking. Was like, I'm really not a good man for you, because I have changed. I'm not the person that you used to date, to be with. I am broken. I'm just not in a good place at all. You deserve better than me, and blah blah blah. Then so just like, okay, but we can always bounce back. You know, just let's work these things out. Let's just try and reason out. If it's alcohol, we can work on that and tutamaliza tu. And if it's money, as long as I'm there and the baby's there, you'll have better reason to even work harder. So you'll be fine. My family's here. They've not rejected you in any way. So I believe they're going to support me and you. And I believe your family too will do their best to do the same. So for me, I'm very hopeful, and I'm selling that hope to him that don't worry, we can get through this together. I just need you to let me in, allow me. Then I was like, okay, sawa, that's fine, we can try. How's the baby? Because I remember him hearing the baby cry. I was like, please don't let me hear that again. It's like, well, nikunyonyesha na nyonyesha. So there's no outing here, by the way. Utaskia. So he even told me, you know what, I think I'll even come and visit you guys tomorrow. So when I told my sister that, it was like, no. Huku hakuji bila wazazi wake. He will not just be coming into this home the way he feels like. So boundaries. If he's going to come, kuja na watu wao. Then now we can sit as a family and discuss. But he can't just be disappearing and coming back. So we had to cancel the plans. Because he was supposed to even told me, kesho nitakuja asubuhi. Like, yeah, I'd love that. Me, I'm open. You see, me, I'm just here willing to try. Like me, I still love my man, so I can still forgive you. Yeah.
You still had hope and
yes.
faith, and, you believe things would work out.
So me, I'm here. I'm just telling him, by the way, don't worry. These things, we can work them out. Hey, so when I told my sister, like, not happening, not in this house. Like, okay, sawa. So I told the guy, I was like, it's okay, I understand. I've been trying to really get my parents to come. They don't support me, so I also don't know what to say or do. Because, well, if they're not supporting me, siwezi kuwa nashinda nikikuja peke yangu. So that is how things went on for some time. So now I go back to school, right? Around, I think when baby's around 3 months. And
your mom is still supporting you?
Yes.
Your mom is paying your school fees?
Yes.
Wow.
So she's literally still doing everything. So girl gotta play by her rules because she's feeding me and my child. I remember my mom did not want to come out too strong because she knew that already I'm disappointed. I'm going through a lot emotionally. So I think she used to try and not rub it in my face every time, remind me, he's not even paying. She used to try and not do that in my face because I was broken. Man, I think that would have been the worst thing for her to do, because now that would have taken me aback and I'm trying to get on my feet, right? But I had some small money. Nilikuwa nimeponga tu pesa kitambo, because we were expecting, of course, I'll give birth, what people say naturally, but then that didn't happen. So I had some small money that my guy had given me.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so alikuwa amepata tu pesa, akaniambia shika hii, time ya delivery, at least you can use this. So first of all, just to acknowledge that I had very supportive people around me that bought literally everything. By the time baby was coming, he had everything. Nguo konazo, diapers, wipes. He had a bed. He had everything. Oof. Thanks mostly to one of my cousins who went and just did shopping for us. I think he used 15 G's or something and bought so many things, blankets and a bed and diapers and all that. So my baby, akikuja, I had everything. My mom, bought a few things for me, tukienda kumalizia the pregnancy. And she even gifted me during my small baby shower. But the thing that I thank God for mostly was my baby came when everything was ready for him. So hakukuwa na hizo ma shopping mingi. The thing that now was there was a hospital bill, an expected C-section. So yeah, that, and I didn't even have an HIF. Guy, why are we not even told these things? So my mom was literally doing everything. And now I'm getting back to school and we have to figure out this whole nanny thing, My mom is like, by the way, you're not even going to move out. You're staying here with this child. So I was commuting from Mombasa Road to Thika Road every day. And I had to try and get classes that are not too early and not too late again, because Mombasa Road is crazy. And
you were staying in Mombasa Road? Okay.
And Thika Road is not that crazy, but then now iyo kurauka, trying to also prepare and have to leave things ready for the child. Sindio kabla nitoke. So that was hectic. I don't know how I did it. It was hectic, very hectic. But then somehow we pulled through. We were exchanging house helps, like how we change clothes, I think, or I don't know, beddings, I don't know. They were just new ones every time because mtu anakuja asema hii nyumba ni kubwa sitaweza. I'm like, umekuja kuangalia mtoto. Oh, miss, I'm not good with babies. Okay, then why did you come? We were just going through so much with the helps, you know. But shule lazima iendwe.
Your mom was very strict about that.
And I was too.
Okay.
Because I'm like, I have to finish school. Hapa hakuna option. So this time at least I'm 20. Yes. A bit wiser. And now motherhood is forcing me to grow, right? Because I have to now know how to shower first. I'm the kind of people who really take my time when I'm doing literally everything, because I want them to tokea tu vizuri. So me, I'll take my time. Motherhood taught me otherwise. Huwezi shinda bafu. That child will find you there. Ama utasikia sijui ameanguka wapi. So ni mbio mbio. Now I started now fastening my steps a bit. And working my hands faster. So that helped, right? This is what motherhood does to you. Inakuchanua tu, unakuwa tu mbio mbio by force. Hapana. It just had to. By the way, I was just forced to just grow. So I'm here balancing school and a baby who's hardly 6 months. And now house help drama. Inafika mahali we don't even have a house help. You're thinking, okay, ama atumpeleke daycare, but it's too early. Ndio hiyo maziwa ikienda sikiisha, cause I'm commuting. Like that distance is not funny. And then I'm also trying to save as much. Every coin, hiyo fare yenye napewa, najaribu kutoa kama 200 ni buy Cerelac, ama ni ongezee ninunue wipes, you know, ama ni because I want to feel like I'm bringing my child up as well, you know. So nilikuwa najifinya. At school, I'd hardly eat. So maybe nabeba maji from home, nakunywa mpaka ile time class zitaisha. Or I buy a soda because sugars. Nakunywa tu ka soda na nipaka energy. So with time, maziwa ikienda ikiisha because I'm not eating. And me, I didn't know that is what is making me not have milk. Because one day, unaenda home with your boobs full, you're ready to pump. Next, there is nothing. Whole day, nothing. And now, my baby needs milk. He's still growing, right? Kafka mahali, my mom was like, I think maybe we should just supplement because he's not yet 6 months. Let's just try and supplement. Before babies get used to bottle feeding and formula taking, then you'll waste your money and resources. So he wasted a few bottles because anasikia inaonja sijui aje hataki kunywa. So mnaona tu mkimwaga tu na nenye mlinunua sijui pesa ngapi, you know. And the fact that it's not me that bought it used to pain me the more because ananipea na anapea mtoto, you know. And now my baby is wasting. Why are you wasting? Do you know we are here under masses? Wewe, ebu act right, you know. And that would make me feel some type of. But then, what do? You just have to sit under because you need the help, right? So my mom bought the first can, second can. Nasa mtoto sasa akazoea. He'd finish that can within a week. My mom was like, by the way, kuna venye tutanunua ya ng'ombe ama ujipange vile utanunua. I was like, okay, yeah, it makes sense, mom. It does. Santa do. So I'm there thinking, how else can I make money? I'm in school. Asa nikaanza kufikiria ama nianze kufulia watu nguo. I might just go, you know, people won't know me. At the end of the day, it's like we lived in this gated community place. So the next estate was the same. It's like, I think nitaenda kwa hiyo store, nitafute kazi ya kuosha nyumba, tunguo, get some money. Hawanijui hata hiyo nati nimetoka nikaingia hapa. So they'll just give me the job and hey, maybe hata naweza pata kabwana huko. Who knows? That time you're there thinking, may I have a child? By the way, may I just need someone to help me bring up this baby. May I don't have money. Uko nayo. Kama uko nayo, kuna vile tunaweza pangana. So those are the thoughts that were going through my mind. Like, I felt like I was such a burden, and my baby is such a burden. I need to lift this burden by whatever means.
Yeah, so that is the end of part 1. Because the video would have been too long, I've just broken it down into 2 parts. So in part 2, Mary will talk to us about the co-parenting experiences she's had. Co-parenting is never easy, and in the next episode, Mary will be telling us how her journey has been. You know, how do you split the bills? Who takes care of the school fees? Who takes care of the medical? You know, do you need to involve a lawyer, or do you just have that verbal agreement, and how does that work out? So don't go away. Please click on part 2 to continue watching Mary's story.